guys, thanks for tuning in for this week's episode of Sketches Inc. TV. We got a really cool one for you today. We're doing a Ghostbusters-themed goalie helmet. So let's jump into it. First thing we got to do is take apart the helmet. Then what he did was he taped off the inside of the helmet to basically protect all the padding. You don't want to get any dust or anything like that into the padding, especially when you're sweating. Last thing you want is sanding dust going into all your pores and stuff. Next thing he's going to do is sand it with 320 to get ready for primer. What we're going to do is we're going to mix our primer and our base coat white. Now that we've mixed the paint, the cool thing about this step is that you can actually do what's called wet on wet. And basically what that means is instead of letting your primer coat basically fully cure and then sand it, you can actually wait, half an hour or so while the primer is still tacky, and then you can actually put your base coat paint right on top. As you can see now, we're priming the helmet. Cool, so now that we've waited half an hour, now we're gonna put on our base coat white. So because we're gonna be doing some stencil work, I'm gonna clear coat this. All right, so now the fun part, now we get to be creative. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my outline in pencil to get a rough idea of kind of where I'm going to lay everything out. And then I'm going to follow that up with a black marker. Now that I have my outline of all my shapes that I want to do, I'm going to be taping off all my black areas.
Looking, taken away by Yannick Weber. Weber moves in, Stahl gets over to get a piece of it, and almost went in.
Oh, look at that.
The original color scheme is red, blue, and white, but because his team colors are red, blue, and black, we're going to adjust the color theme on this one. Now I'm going to paint it black. Okay, so now that I've painted everything black, I'm going to go back with a slightly lighter shade of black to give it some highlights. Okay, so because this helmet has multiple colors, now I have to remask for the areas that I want to paint red. Spraying red paint. Here I'm masking off certain areas that I want to do shading on the ribbon on the chin. Because there's multiple layers, you have to tape off each one individually. So because I did the shading with the black, I don't want it to have such a high contrast between the red. So what I did next is I actually went back over top with another coat of red to dull down the black to just give it almost like a darker shade of red. So now I'm going to peel all the masking off and do some touch-ups with the paint marker. now we clear coat. So now to get everything ready for my airbrushing, I'm going to sand down the clear. Okay, so now we're going to get into the best part about this helmet is doing the airbrushing. What I used is a what they call clear mask. It's not quite painter's tape. It's sticky, but it doesn't have the grip of like regular tape. Okay, for anybody who's wanting to learn airbrushing, pay attention to these next steps because I'm going to give you guys lots of helpful tips.
Sweet.
Okay, so right now I just took off this. And then basically what I'm gonna do is, so like, you have to figure out what's the highest and what's the lowest. So like, because the knot is the highest section, anything behind it is gonna be darker. Right? So you basically want to do here, so to show that, to show light you have to show dark, and vice versa, if that makes sense. And then because this is like his collar or whatever, so this collar is above the red. So now what I have to basically show is that the red is underneath, so you're gonna highlight or darken it basically. And then because it's 3D, you also have to give it shape. So you have to do, you know, now what I want to do is I want to do airbrushing on the white, because again the red scarf is going to be closer to you than the white because it's sitting on top. So you don't want to darken it too much because it is white. You don't need to do too, you don't need to, but you just want to give some shading just to show that it's sitting on top of the white. All right, last time in the booth for the glossy stuff. All right, so final steps. I'm gonna peel all the tape off and put everything back together. Cool, so now that the helmet's all done, it's put back together. I gave Nick a call and told him to come pick it up.
Holy. That is so sick. This is like literally exactly what I wanted.
That's good. Glad you like it. Cool guys, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have questions or comments, please list them below. Really excited about our March 2nd event. If you guys don't know about it, check it out on our Facebook page. We are getting our own beer, which is pretty awesome. We're having a taste testing March 2nd, 5 o'clock. It is a Friday, so when you guys are done work, come on over to the shop, have a couple drinks, take a tour, meet the guys, meet the brewers, meet a lot of good people. We're gonna have a lot of fun stuff here, so definitely check it out. If you are interested in coming, please RSVP. I know it's a pain in the ass, but we want to make sure that we're going to have enough beer for everybody. So again, if you guys have questions about the shop, the events coming up, projects that we have going on, please get in touch with us. We love hearing from you guys, and tune in next week, and we'll see you soon.